What's good? Here's Russell Kinder, and today, man, we're gonna have a different type of video that I typically do, outside of my reviews. Today we're gonna be discussing Becky Lynch and a lot of the recent hate. Well, this is not even just recent, 'cause she's been getting hate for a while now, and it's low key starting to get annoying, and it's kind of ridiculous. Monday, after the Battle Royal, she became the new women's world heavyweight champion. And a lot of people on the internet is mad, upset, constantly saying she's overbooked, overpushed. And a lot of people are mad that she became the winner. My thing is the hate that she's been getting this hate since like the Royal Rumble towards like January when they first started pushing her again. It's ridiculous the hate that Becky Lynch is getting. The constant she's overput. I think there was someone that said there was a Twitter hashtag saying she's like Becky Hogan or something like that, like she's Hulk Hogan, which is ridiculous. Becky Lynch is nowhere near Hulk Hogan in any regard when it comes to being pushed in a main event scene. And this logic of Becky Lynch being over pushed, it's so played out and so ridiculous because for one, she hasn't held a singles women's title in terms of on the main event. In the main event, the women's world heavyweight championship or the WWE women's championship or back when it was Raw versus SmackDown. But she hasn't held one of those titles in 2 years. So I don't understand how she overbooked, overpushed when she hasn't held those titles in 2 years. It doesn't make sense. Even though someone like Charlotte in those 2 years has actually won the title. Don't get it. Also, I don't understand this because in the last 2 years, Becky Lynch has been doing side quests. Someone of Becky Lynch caliber has been doing side quests for the most part, putting over other talent, unlike other wrestlers. She recently put over Rhea Ripley. She put over Zoe Starks in her feud with Trish Stratus. She even put over Trish Stratus because during that feud, Becky Lynch in that feud was the best part about it. People love to rave and give that feud praise, but when that feud was going on, people hated it. People was clowning Trish Stratus. People was talking about how bad that feud was. But guess what? Becky Lynch gave Trish Stratus one of her best matches. She put over Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark, I think, beat her twice, if I'm not mistaken. She ended up beating her twice. She gave Zoe Stark one of her best matches. She put over Lyra Valkyria in NXT. She gave more shine to women in NXT. She gave more shine to Indy Hartwell, Lyra Valkyria. She gave Tiffany Stratton. A lot of the Tiffany Stratton buzz that people are raving about, it started with Becky Lynch. That's how people even started knowing Tiffany Stratton a lot. People didn't know a lot about Tiffany Stratton until Becky Lynch faced her at No Mercy. That's when it all started with the whole Tiffany Stratton hype. That's when people start getting on board, start noticing who Tiffany Stratton is. It was because of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch put over Tiffany Stratton. That's another thing. People think that also you have to lose a match in order to get you have to win a match to get put over. No, you could get put over in a loss. You could still be put over in a loss. She beat Tiffany Stratton, but she also put Tiffany Stratton over at the same time. And then guess what? After beating Tiffany Stratton, she kept the momentum and she kept the prestige of that championship that Tiffany Stratton built and passed on to Lyra Valkyria. Now Lyra Valkyria is the most over and popular woman in NXT. This idea that Becky Lynch is Hulk Hogan, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It just needs to stop. I understand. You guys want Liv Morgan. You Liv Morgan fans wanted her to win so badly. I get it. I understand. But this idea that Becky Lynch is burying talent and that she's Hulk Hogan, it's ridiculous. And that she's overpushed, it stopped. Becky Lynch was not in no main title picture until January. That's when she got back in the title scene. For the most part, she was feuding with Trish Stratus, Zoe Stark, in NXT for a while, and she was feuding with Damage Control for a bit. Not really, but for a bit with the women's tag team titles. She was with Lita, Trish, that whole debacle. But after she lost to Bianca Belair, who she put over, by the way, she hasn't really been in that scene. But all of a sudden, now that she wins the championship, she's overbooked. She's overpushed. When her push didn't even start until January. That's when they start pushing her. For the most part, the WrestleMania match between Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, that match was already confirmed at the beginning of Raw After Mania. At Raw After Mania last year, Yeah, last year's Raw at the Mania, it was already confirmed that match was happening. They was already doing a tease with them having backstage interactions, stare downs, but they just kept them separated for a long time. There's a reason why they kept them separated, and while doing that, they just kept giving Becky Lynch side quests. That's why they gave her Trish Stratus, and that's why they sent her off to NXT. But then all of a sudden in January, when they finally start pushing her, when she hasn't been in the main event scene for a while, all of a sudden she's overpushed. I don't understand this overpush nonsense because y'all don't give this level of disrespect to other Hall of Fame wrestlers. Y'all don't. I don't. Now Charlotte kind of has this image, but even then, like someone like Randy Orton. Randy Orton is one of my favorites of all times, but we're not gonna act like he's not overpushed. Randy Orton is like a 14-time world champion, a 14-time champion. How is that not overpushed at all? He's been at the top of the main event scene for about 20 years now. How is that not overpush? I don't understand. It's the same thing. John Cena gets the overpush nonsense, but Randy Orton does it. Even though Randy Orton has been at basically the main event scene since about 2005, 2006. Like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, y'all pick and choose when y'all say someone is overbooked and overpushed. It's a very fickle scenario here. Like I said, I understand why you guys want Liv Morgan to win. I understand it. She has a good narrative, good story. But you guys need to understand, this is Triple H. He's the one booking the show. The main thing y'all should know about Triple H is that he's about long-term booking, long-term storytelling. Liv is going to have her moment. She's going to have her moment eventually. It's just not now. Plus, in my opinion, it would just be better if you have Liv Morgan win the championship instead of her winning it in a battle royal. Because if she beats Becky Lynch for the title, which I'm assuming was going to happen, that would give her way more credibility. It makes sense why Becky Lynch won. Because let's be honest here, even though a lot of you guys want to hate and don't like her, she's easily the most credible opponent Becky Lynch has faced. She's easily the most credible. Out of all the women on the Raw brand, she's easily the most credible woman there. It makes sense for her to win that match. It didn't make sense. I understand people wanted Liv Morgan to win, but her time will come. It's just not now. But this idea that Becky Lynch is like Hulk Hogan and that she's overpushed, it's kind of annoying and it don't really make sense. You guys just don't like Becky Lynch. Just say you don't like Becky Lynch. This idea that she's overpushed, it's a little ridiculous because there's other wrestlers that done similar things to Becky Lynch that I could argue has been more overpushed, but don't get nearly as much hate. You guys just pick and choose when you want someone to be overpushed and not overbooked. But this is ridiculous. I get it. I understand Liv Morgan fans. I get it. You want her to win. You're tired of her coming in second place. It's just not her time yet. Her time will come. It will come. She will become champion one day again. It's just not now. Let it play out. Let it ride out, and let's see what happens. But what do you guys think of this Becky Lynch hate? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, that's it. Because, man, it's just ridiculous the hate that she gets. And it's very unfortunate because she is a woman that at one point was the face of the company. She was the most popular woman of that company. But all of a sudden now it's just she's overbooked and overhated all of a sudden just because she just recently won a championship. Mind you, a championship that she was just fighting for no less than a couple weeks ago. But it is what it is. But you guys let me know what you guys think of this recent hate. Do you guys think it's warranted? Who did you guys want to see win the Women's World Heavyweight Champion? But yeah, that's it.